One of the games I was most excited to hear about, besides Mass Effect Andromeda, was definitely Fallout 4, and we have a whole bunch of details given to us from the gameplay trailer and even from what Todd Howard had to say. For starters, it's going to be coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and the release date is going to be November 10th, 2015, so get your bottle caps or even pre-war money ready. Not only that, but there's also a collector's edition that comes with a wearable Pip-Boy that you can go ahead and slide your phone into, which is going to have its own companion app associated with it. Unfortunately, from what I understand, by the time I'm making this video, almost all of those have already sold out. But at least it's pretty to look at. The game itself runs off the Creation Engine, and that's what generates a lot of the dynamic environments and lighting, and even some of the shifting weather conditions that are throughout Fallout 4. Now, I know a lot of people worried about this, but it has been confirmed that you have a male or a female protagonist that you can go ahead and create. Not only that, but your character is actually going to be voiced this time around. The male character is going to be voiced by Brian T. Delaney, and the female character is going to be voiced by Courtney Taylor of Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 fame, who did the voice of Jack. And what's really cool and what we've seen from the gameplay trailer is you can go ahead and choose between the male or female character using a Sims 4 kind of creation setup, so you can kind of warp and mess around with the face till you get it just right. And the beauty of it is too, is based on how you create your male and female characters also alters the appearance of the baby. Now the interesting thing is this time around the game is going to start off before the bombs are actually dropped. You then get a taste of how life was before the unfortunate events that lead to the Fallout games that we all know and love. You speak with a Vault-Tec employee who's trying to finalize your reservation for entrance into Vault 111, and they use that as kind of a device to create your character's stats. And again, it's a very imaginative system of really immersing yourself into your character and even creating them in the first place. Kind of already gets you in the game right from the get-go. Unfortunately, no sooner than you do all of this, you hear the unfortunate news that the nukes are just dropping all over. It's just mass chaos, death, it's just completely horrific. So you scoop up your child along with your significant other and you just make a run for Vault 111 and thankfully make it safely in there. Unfortunately, you find out that you are the sole survivor of Vault 111, and after going through your old neighborhood and running into your old Mr. Handy, find out that you've been gone for over 200 years, either through some kind of preservation process or even cryogenics. Not only that, but of course we saw dog meat, and the great news is dog meat is invincible. Get a load of that invincible dog. From what we've been shown, armor and weapon crafting seems to be pretty in-depth, and you can even go ahead and break down your weapons for different parts. You even have settlement management. You can go ahead in different areas, you can set up these settlements, go ahead and hook up different things as far as power pylons, generators, turrets to go ahead and defend, barricades. And over time, what will happen is, through just random encounters, people will come to your settlements to live and help it flourish. You'll have traders that'll come to outposts if you set it up. And of course, you're going to have raiders that'll go ahead and try and take everything that you've worked hard to build. There have already been plenty of returning enemies that have been confirmed, such as the mole rats, super mutants, ghouls, Yao Guai, Deathclaws, of course. And even some new faces such as the Mirelurk Queen and even the Bloodbug, which is just a giant mutant mosquito. And as you can tell with the fact that they already have voice protagonists as well, they're really trying to put more emphasis on the story this time around. There's going to be a lot more branching paths that are if-then than this type scenarios. And they even said there's going to be, rather than points to where you're stuck reloading your saves because you failed, that there's going to be just fail states that you can kind of continue from. There's going to be a lot more branching paths than ever before. Now the game takes place in Boston and is going to be a little bit more colorful than the previous titles. As you see, people are trying to come together and reclaim some semblance of civilization. There's going to be much brighter colors in certain areas, but of course the browns and grays we've all come to expect in the more wastelandish, especially closer to the blast zone. Now, Bethesda reached out for assistance from other developers to try and give the first-person shooter part of the game a little bit of refinement, allowed to play a little bit better, as well as still focusing on the RPG elements of the game. One of the things that's changed, at least as far as VATS is concerned, is it's no longer going to freeze time completely. It's going to slow it down slightly so you can try and make those precision shots or even give yourself a second to breathe as you try and figure things out. Crits are also no longer random. As you can kind of tell in VATS, you'll see a meter for your crit that kind of builds up over time until it's full, which you can go ahead and utilize it to unleash carnage at will. The luck stat is also used to determine the rate of speed of which your crit meter increases. It's also been stated that you'll notice the difficulty kind of rubber bands based on the kind of area that you're in. So you may run to one part of the map that's just a cakewalk. You can just destroy everything without even giving it a second thought. And there's going to be other areas where you're just going to get completely devastated before you even have a chance to react. Bethesda's proprietary Radiant AI is going to be used to establish a lot more random encounters. Some of them humorous, some of them just going to be outright crazy. That's also what's going to determine what's going to happen to some of your settlements, as well as what happens to your character out in the wild. This time around, all junk serves a purpose, whether it be for the use of creating things for your settlement or used as a highly volatile weapon. Of course, companions are returning, but unfortunately no companions have been listed as of yet, besides of course Dogmeat. There's also going to be new ways of traveling throughout the wasteland, some of it being aerial, which kind of confirms my theory that at least to some degree there will be aerial combat, such as riding in the vertibird. You can go ahead and see in the concept art and even in the gameplay trailer that you're kind of manning the gun on one of its sides. You even have power armor this time around that has built-in jetpacks. It's nuts! Modding tools will be made available in early 2016 for PC and even Xbox One, so that's going to be a huge change considering the modding was exclusive to PC for the longest time, but we're now actually going to see it coming to consoles. Unfortunately, there's been no word if or even when there's going to be any kind of modding tools that are going to be released for PlayStation 4, but they are definitely still looking into it. And when you play a modded game, what it's going to do is actually create a pure save state for the case of emergency, or if you want to continue the game without the mods. Well, that's all the information I have for this E3 breakdown of Fallout 4. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. And if you want to, go ahead and check out my channel, see if there's any other videos you might like, and if you enjoy the channel, even subscribe to that as well. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time. Emphasis on space exploration. Humans are likely looking to expand either to increase their influence and reach throughout the universe, or it could be a popular sci-fi